be confident that, yes, you can pass the GED or HiSET Math Test. Question number 1. Simplify 3x squared y to the 4th power, everything raised to the 3rd power. When you have a question like this, you are free to use any kind of method. So let's use two different methods. Method 1. I'm going to use exponential method. That means what? The 3 we are seeing inside as a power, which is this invisible one. So based on exponential method, we're going to take everything inside the parentheses and multiply by outside power. So the inside power multiplied by outside power means that I'm going to have a 3 raised to 3 power x raised to 6, where the 6 came from. The 2, the power 2 inside multiplied by 3 outside. And the y will be 12. Why 12? Because 4 multiplied by 3. So therefore, understand that when you have a 3 to the 3rd power, this is 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. So you're going to have 27x to the 6th power, y 12 power. And the correct choice here is D. Method 2. So if you don't want to use the rule from exponent, so therefore rewrite the expression as 3x squared y to the 4th power multiplied by the same 3x squared y to the 4th power multiply again by 3x squared y to the 4th power. Why? Because the outside power is telling you that you will multiply the expression in the parentheses by itself, repeat it 3 times. Therefore, look, you will multiply numbers together. So 3 multiplied by 3 is 9. 9 multiplied by 3 is 27. After that, you will multiply x squared multiplied by another x squared multiplied by another x squared. So doing that, you're going to have x to the 6th power, because every time you multiply exponents, okay, you add the powers. So you add the 2 to 2 to 2, that gives you 6. And you do the same thing for the y to the 4th power multiplied by y to the 4th power multiply again by y to the 4th power. That means you're going to have a y which is 4 plus 4 plus 4. And that gives you y to the 12th power, which is the same answer we got there. Okay. Question number 2. Feel free, to pause the video, challenge yourself before you see the answer for this question, because it's a simple but tricky. It's a challenge question. But by the way, I can tell you that the correct choice here is C. Okay, let's see. The following graph shows the sale for a toy store for 10 years. Understand that what we have in the bottom here represent the years. So we have a 1, 2, 3 up to 10 years. Okay. What was the approximate dollar value of sales in the 9th year of business? So you have to understand that what we have here represents what? Dollars in millions. Dollars in millions. So even we are seeing 0.6 is a 0.6 million, 0.5 million, 0.6 million, 0.7 million, and so on and so on. But when they say million, 1 million, so understand also that 1 million is how many zeros with a 1? So you're going to have a 1 with 6 zeros. 6 zeros. Okay, that's equal to 1 million in terms of number. Now, if you see 9 year, okay, at 9 year, which is year 9, okay, you'll see that the graph, the point on the graph related to 9, that point is here. And if you project, because that's the way we're going to find the cell, if you project this point to the vertical line, looks like it's in the middle of 0.7 and the 0.8. Okay, so how to find that value? You have to understand that the 0.7 is same as 0.70 and the 0.8 is same as 0.80. Now, what's going to be the value between 0.7 and 0.8 or 0.70 and the 0.80? This is supposed to be 0.75. So to put it in order, let's show you how that looks. So that means what? What we have here is going to be 0.75. So that means after 0.70, you're going to get 0.75 before you get 0.80. Okay, now, because they say in million, that means what? You have to take that 0.75 and you multiply by 1 million, which is 1 with 6 zeros. And doing that, okay, that means what? You're going to move this decimal to right how many places? 6 places. And doing that, you'll get the answer as 750,000. Or if you use a calculator, that gives you 750,000. Yeah. Okay. The next question. Question number 3. This question here is also simple but tricky. Feel free to pause the video. Okay. Challenge yourself before you continue. And by the way, remember, to share this video so other people can benefit. Yeah. And to support the channel, yeah, feel free to like and subscribe so you can also get the next video. A solution is made by dissolving 2 grams. That is something we need to underline here. 2 grams of salt in 1 liter of water. Which of the following would yield a solution with the same concentration? So this is a proportion question. Now, understand that the reference they give here is what? 2 grams, okay? If we take 2 grams, okay, you have 1 liter of water. So 2 grams to 1 liter, 2 to 1. So this will be something to something. Now let's take the 4 choices. They say dissolving 1/2 gram of salt, okay, in 2 liters of water. So in case we have 1/2, that 1/2 is same as 0.5, okay, gram. Okay, how much liter of water we need? For that, we'll try to figure out that. So let's put x there. So as a proportion, that means what? I could cross multiply. Okay, cross multiply. So this is telling you that to find that x, you will do 1 liter multiplied by 0.5 gram. 1 liter multiplied by 0.5 gram. Everything divided by 2 grams. Okay, so if you do this calculation, you will get 0.25 liter, which is same as 1/4. So quarter liter. Okay, now the thing is this. Based on the choices here, they say 1/2 for 2 liters. No good. If they use 1/2 grams, they should get 2 liters. So is out. A is out. And the same thing, B is out because they use the same 1/2. So if they use the 1/2, they should get 1/4 or 0.25 liter of water. So no good. So C, they say 1 gram to 1/2 liter of water. So let it do another proportion, which is what this time we are taking, okay, 1 gram instead of 1/2 grams. Okay, therefore, if I have again the reference, so 2 grams to 1 liter. So this will be, okay, 1 gram to X liter. And if we are going to cross multiply, which is the case here, okay, we'll see that to find that X, we need to do 1 liter multiplied by 1 gram, everything divided by 2 grams. Okay, the grams will cancel out. So 1 liter multiplied by 1 is 1. Okay, so the bottom will be 2. That means what? 1/2 liter. So this is telling you that if you use 1 gram, you should get 1/2 liter, which is the case here. But the last one, they use the 1 gram and they say 2 liters. No, it cannot be like that. So in sum, to summarize the problem is this. This is a proportion, right? 2 to 1. Now, if you have a 2 to 1, now 1 will be what? 1 gonna have a 1 to 1/2. 2 to 1 means that you're gonna have 1 to 1/2. 1 to half. That makes sense. So the correct choice is C. Let's continue. Question number 4. For question number 4, they say a used motorcycle can be purchased for $500 cash or on credit with a $200 down payment plus payment of $70 per month for 5 months. How much would he be saved by paying cash? How much would be saved by paying cash? Okay, so first of all, let's see. For credit, they say 200 down payment. So you have that 200 plus 70 per month for 5 months. That means what? We're gonna have 70, okay, plus 70 plus 70 plus 70 plus 70. So 5, which is similar to do 5 multiplied by $70. And if we do that, that give you $350. Okay, so we have a 200 down payment. We're gonna add 350. We get $550. So this question, is tricky They say how much will be saved by paying cash. Okay, so you pay a credit, you'll pay in total 550. But 550 is not the answer to the question. So D is out. Because 550 is not the answer to the question. You'll not save 550. You'll pay 550 if you use credit. Okay. Now, 350 also is not the answer to this question. 350 is what? When you pay 70 per month for 5 months, that give you 350. But they put that in the answers to confuse you. 150 is not the answer either. Okay, because here it's not to do 350 minus 200 and you say, oh, that left 150. No. But instead, the correct choice here is A. Okay, so you pay cash is a 500 or credit 550. Therefore, how much you're gonna save? Okay, to know how much you're gonna save, you do 550 minus 500 and that give you 50. That's why A is the correct choice. Question number 5. For this question number 5, I want to review something quick. So, the symbol, you have to understand that this symbol here, we call it what? Is less than. This one is less than or equal to. Here is greater than. This one is greater than equal to. How to remember? Okay, you can use your left hand elbow or right hand elbow. Now, in terms of a graph, understand that you're gonna use open circle for is less than, same thing for is greater than. Instead, you're gonna use shaded circle for is less than equal to, same thing for is greater than equal to. As an example, when you have a x is less than equal to, you'll see that at the 3, okay, the shade, okay, and when they shade at the 3, now because it's less than equal to, so they go to the left side. Now, x is less than 6. In this case, you'll see that because they say less than, so it have to be open. Okay, this one here, same thing, open, because the user is greater than, they don't say greater than equal to. The last one, greater than equal to 3, so they shade at the 3 before they go to right side. Therefore, let's see this problem here. To solve this inequality, right? Okay, if we take a 3x plus 5 is less than 6x minus 1, we can subtract 6x on both sides. You're going to have negative 3x plus 5 is less than negative 1 because this will cancel out. And they said that we have many methods, to use to solve this problem. This is one of the methods. Now, I will subtract 5 on both sides because I want to solve for x. So, therefore, I want to get rid of everything and get x alone. This will cancel out. I have negative 3x is less than negative 6 because negative 1 minus 5 is negative 6. Okay. The next step is to divide both sides by negative 3 by negative 3. Doing that, okay, negative 3 divided by negative cancel out, you have x here. Negative 6 divided by negative 3 is positive 2, but we're going to flip this to change to is greater than 2. Why we flip? The rule is this. Every time you divide inequality by a negative number, you flip the inequality symbol, which is the case here. So we divide At this step, we divide everything by a -3. Therefore, we need to flip it. So this is telling you that you're going to have open circle, which is the case here. All the 4 choices are open circle. Okay. Now, at the 2, we're going to go to the right side. So if you check all of this, you'll see that the first choice has that. This one here. So the correct choice is A for question number 5. Okay, let's continue. Question number 6. What is the value of x? What is the value of x? I need your attention for this question because the answer involves a square root, which is very important because we need to do 2 things here. When you're going to find the x, you will also use square root skills to simplify your answer. So it's very important, Now, we have a right triangle. How will we know that it's a right triangle? Because of this little blue square here. Here, little blue square here, so we have a right triangle. And because we have a right triangle, we can use the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. And that means what? You're going to have a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Now, what they mean by A, B, and the C? C is always the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longest side. In our case here, the hypotenuse is this one, the 9. How are we going to recognize that hypotenuse? Always is the side facing, the right angle. So this is telling you that your C is that 9 there. So we're going to have a 9 squared. Okay. Now, A and B are the 2 legs. So it doesn't matter which one you choose for A or B, but they are the 2 legs. So that means what? If I take a 3 squared plus x squared, I will get the 9 squared. Now, this squared is 9. So plus x squared is equal to 81. 9 squared is 9 multiplied by 9. Therefore, to solve for x, I will subtract 9, subtract 9. Okay, so I'm going to have x squared is equal to 72. Understand that this 9 and this -9 will cancel out. So we continue. When you have x squared is equal to 72, to find x, we're going to say this is square root of 72. So when you have x squared equal to 72, okay, we should get 2 answers. One will be positive square root of 72 and the other will be negative square root of 72. But in this case, only the positive value we need because we are finding a distance, we are finding a side. So it have to be positive. Now, x is equal to square root of 72, but we cannot, leave it like that. We need to simplify because if you check the 4 choices, there is no answer as square root of 72. So to simplify, we're going to break it down this 72. So understand that 72 is same as square root of 36 multiplied by square root of 2. Okay, so 36 is a perfect square. 36 is a perfect square means what? There is a number you can multiply by itself to get the 36. Therefore, square root of 36 will give you a regular 6. But we're going to keep the radical 2. So you have a 6 square root of 2. Please, that 6 here, we will never multiply the 2 inside to say, oh, we're going to be square root of 12. No, that 6 stays outside because it's a regular number multiplied by square root. So we have 6 square root of 2, which equals A. Okay, let's continue. Question number 7. No calculator. So between which pair of integers should square root of a 5 be placed on a number line? So they say do not use a calculator, but we want to place square root of a 5 between two numbers like here. Okay, how to solve this question? First of all, write 5 without a square root. That is 5. And now try to place 5 between two consecutive perfect square. Two consecutive perfect squares. Between what the two consecutive perfect squares we could place 5. It have to be 4 because 4 is a perfect square, and the next one will be 9. So 5 is placed between 4 and 9. Two consecutive perfect square. Okay, now use the square root. Square root of a 4. Square root of a 5. Square root of a 9. So we can put it here. It's a small than. It's a small than. Okay. Smaller than is smaller than. Or it's less than is less than. Now, doing that, we have our square root of a 5. Okay. But square root of a 9, because 9 is a perfect square, that gives you 3. Square root of a 4, because 4 is a perfect square, that gives you 2. So square root of a 5 is placed between 2 and 3. So the correct choice here is A. Again, the key for this question is, first of all, take the number inside the square root and locate that number between two consecutive perfect squares. After that, take a square root of everything and you'll see your answer. Okay, let's continue. Question number 8. For this question number 8, it's a fraction, right? Okay, and we have those exponents, and also we want to simplify completely. First of all, if you check all the 4 choices, you'll see that there is no fraction for the 4 choices. So that means what? Probably this negative 5x here, okay, is cancelled out by something in the numerator. Okay, but understand that the negative 5x is not only for 25x cubed, it's also for negative 35x squared. It's also for 5x. Therefore, what I will do here is that I will split the fraction. Okay, split the fraction here means that I will take a 25x to the third power. I will divide it by negative 5x minus 35x to the second power divided by negative 5x plus 5x divided by negative 5x. So I split the fraction in 3 different fractions. After that, we'll try to simplify, which is what? Okay, simplify numbers and simplify the x. Now, what is 25 divided by negative 5? That gives you negative 5. What is x cubed divided by x? That gives you x squared. Understand something, when they say x cubed divided by x, this is similar to say x multiplied by x multiplied by x, that is x cubed divided by x. So if you cross out one x from top and bottom, you're left with x squared. We continue. What is negative 35 divided by negative 5? That gives you positive 7. And what is x squared divided by x is x. We continue. What is positive 5x divided by negative 5x? is -1. So the correct choice here is, understand that we have 3 terms on top. So after you split and you simplify, you should have again 3 terms. It is this. The reason choice D is the correct choice. By mistake, if you choose choice A, is not good. That means you are losing 1 term. Okay. Question number 9. This is a probability question. Again, pause the video, challenge yourself, okay, before you continue. So, I could tell you that for question number 9, the correct choice here is B, 0%. 2 kids use the spinner below in a game and they keep track of the number each spin landed on for 10 spins. What is the experimental? So this is another keyword here. Experimental probability. So we have experimental probability, and understand that for that experimental probability, the versus is what? Theoretical probability. So experimental probability, right? Look here. I'm gonna use the values, the 10 numbers the kids got when they spin this spinner. So we will not focus on the value on the spinner, but we'll focus on the result they got. That's why they say experimental. So we're gonna focus on 4, 3, 1, 4, 4, 2, 8, 7, 5, 5. We'll not focus on the values on the spinner. Okay, experimental. In case they say theoretical probability, okay, so we'll go to the spinner. Now, if you check the 10 values, the 10 values, okay, we have here. How many times we have a 6 in the list? 6. How many times we have a 6 in the list? That's what I say, spending 6. So we have a 6 0 times. The reason the probability is 0%. 0%. But suppose they ask you the same question, and instead of 6, they say, for example, spending 4. In that case, you count how many times you have 4 in this. So you count 1, okay, 2, 3, okay. So we have a 4 3 times. So for the 10 numbers, we have a 3 times. So it has to be 3 out of 10, which is same as 30 out of 100, which is same as 30%. Okay, but it's not that the question. So let's just focus on it. Okay, let's continue. Question number 10. If n represents a number, which equation is a correct translation of the sentence? This is another simple question, but sometimes that confuses people. So feel free, to share again this video that will help someone else. Okay, and why not to support the channel by liking the video, or you can subscribe if you are not yet, one of my subscribers. So you're gonna get more videos, for challenge questions, which will help you. Okay, 30 subtracted from 7 times a number is 4. 30 subtracted from, because they say subtracted from. Every time they use it, subtracted from, what you have after that subtracted from will come first. So subtracted from what? 7 times a number. 7 times a number. 7 times a number means you have a 7 with that n because they use n for number. 7 multiplied by n. So, and they're going to subtract 30 from that 7 times a number. So we have 7n minus 30. In math, when they say is, that means is equal to, and you have 4. So therefore, the correct choice here is. Okay. Question 11. I can tell right away that the correct choice here is C. This is equation to solve. That looks challenge, but it's simple. Let me tell you why. You see, we have two fractions here, right? So because we have two fractions, to solve this equation, just cross multiply. Do it like this. It's like we are doing something about proportion. That's it. So you're going to take an x plus 4, you multiply by 3, which is same as to write as a 3. Parenthesis x plus 4 is equal to, you take a 2, parenthesis x plus 9. I place x plus 4 in the parenthesis. I place x plus 9 in the parenthesis to avoid mistake because there is a number I have to multiply by everything. So therefore, we distribute 3 times x plus 4. You're going to have 3x plus 12 is equal to 2x plus 18. That's the way you're going to remove the parentheses. So you distribute what you have outside. Okay, after that, we'll try to, remove this 12. So we're going to subtract 12 on both sides. Doing that, we get a 3x is equal to 2x plus 6. Okay, the next step, because we are solving for x, let's remove 2x on both sides. So therefore, we're going to have x alone here because 3x minus 2x is x is equal to this and this cancel out 6. That's why C is the correct choice. Okay, question 12. Again, no calculator. So this question 12, we're going to use order of operation. We call that PEMDAS. So P as a parenthesis, E as an exponent, M multiplication, D division, A addition, S subtraction. So here, we have this square bracket. So we're gonna use this square bracket as a parenthesis. That is why we need to work out that first. And inside, we have a different operation. We have addition and the multiplication. So inside, we're gonna fall again PEMDAS. So because inside we have addition and the multiplication will go first. So I will have 5 plus 8 multiplied by -2 minus. Inside I have a 4 plus, so I will do 22 multiplied by 5, which is 110. Okay, I close, divided by 6. Okay, this is same as what? I take the 5 plus 8 multiplied by -2 minus. Now 4 plus 110 give me 114. Okay, divided by 6. After I finish the square root, the square bracket, so inside the square bracket I have a 114. The next thing to do is the division. So I will take 114 divided by 6. Okay, so doing that, you have to understand you're going to have a 5 plus 8 multiplied by negative 2 minus. So what is 114 divided by 6? So this gives you negative 19. Okay, because 114 divided by 6 is 19, and we have the negative sign here. That's why we have negative 19. Okay, we continue. Now, we try to do the multiplication because we have addition, multiplication, the subtraction. So we'll try to do the multiplication here. So we're going to have a 5 plus. So 8 multiplied by negative 2 is negative 16. Okay, now minus the 19. Okay, we continue. Now, what is 5 plus negative 16? Is same as 5 minus 16. Okay, minus 19. And the 5 minus 16 is what? Negative 11. And that negative 11 minus 19. And you combine these together, get negative 30. So the answer to the question here is negative 30. Yeah, this is again another question, you have to pay attention. Otherwise, you're going to mess up the operation. Question 13, no calculator question. Okay, so this is again a part of probability, counting numbers question. So to solve this question, you have to understand that they want to know, the combination between three different numbers. How many possible outfit combination come from it? Earth, 3 stack, and 5 times. So that combination is just to do 6 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Yes, that gives you what? 90. Yeah, simple like that. Okay, let me give you a similar question, because those kind of a question, you don't need to bother yourself. It's simple. You just to multiply the numbers to get, the answer. Okay, let's see this one. Similar question of a question 13. Okay, so a restaurant customer has a 3 choices on meat, 6 choices on side, and the 5 choices on drink. How many unique variations are there to the entire meal of meat plus side plus drink? So this question 14 and the question 13, they are similar. They just change the sentence, but similar. Okay, the concept is the same. That means what? Here, okay, for meat, how many choices we have for meat? 3 choices. For side, how many choices? 6. For drink, how many choices? 5. So you multiply all of this, you get what? 90, which is okay. Question 15. So here, they say find the equation of the line graphed below in slope-intercept form. We have many methods, but please, let's share the simplest method for you, easy methods. When you have a question like this with a graph, first of all, try to use method by elimination. You see this graph here? This is a graph, or this is a line going up. So increasing. How you know that a graph is increasing? Okay, try to draw, it's like we are drawing a person. So you are here, okay? And there's the moment you are here. Now, when you are here, so from left to right, that's the way you're going to read a graph to see if the graph is increasing or decreasing. From left to right, okay, you see that before you have the line below you. And on the right side, you have now the graph above you. So that means what? Is increasing. Yeah, it's increasing. Okay, therefore, every time you have a line that is increasing, we see that the slope of that line is positive. So positive slope, right? Positive slope. So this line have a positive slope because it's a line going up. Okay, therefore I know that I have a positive slope, and all the four choices here, they use the form y is equal to mx plus b. And the m is that slope. So in this form, when you have a y equals ms plus b, which is slope intercept form, that's the way they call that form. So if you have that form, the coefficient of x is your slope. The number you see before x is your slope. Therefore, you see that the slope for line A is negative 5 over 8. And because it's negative 5 over 8, which is a negative value, so A is out because my slope have to be positive. Okay, now we have a B, C, D. Okay, left, three choices. And all of them here have positive slope. Now let's use again another scale, which is what? The y-intercept. The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. And what is that point? Somewhere here. So the line crosses the y-axis, but between 0 and 1. Between y0 and the y1, which means what? Half. And if you see that y-intercept, we call it b. And that b is that number alone without x. So the b here is 1 over 2. The b here is negative 1 over 2, positive 1 over 2, positive 1 over 2. Now, if you see all of these, okay, based on the line, the b has to be positive. It's a positive 1 half, 0.5, because that cross is between the 0 and the 1. So it has to be positive 1 half. Therefore, B is also out. Because for B, okay, choice B, the y-intercept, they give here negative 1 over 2, which is not correct. Now we have two choices left. So based on first of elimination, we increase our chance. From four choices, we have two choices. So we have a 50-50, 50%, chance to get the correct answer. Now, to make the difference between C and the D, now let's see what is the value of the slope here. We have many methods to use to find the slope. We could use calculation method, but we will not use that here because it's like too much. Therefore, that's what we're gonna do. Let it try to find a line, horizontal line through each point. Okay, we're gonna move from one point to other point. Understand that when they say slope, okay, one of the formulas is that we're gonna have a rise over run. So we're gonna use that rise over run here. That means what? From this point, okay, I will try to move the other point, but the condition that I have to move, first of all, vertically and now horizontally. So for rise, we move vertically. And based on the position of my first point I locate here, I have to move up. So how many space or how many units I will move up? Let's count. So 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, 5 unit. I move 5 units up. And because it's 5 up, that means what? You have to be positive 5. If it's 5 down, it's going to be negative 5. Okay, now from here, I will move to the right side to reach my point. But how many units? 1 unit. Okay, let's use this to show that. 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I move 8 to the right. That means what? Plus 8. So the slope is 5 over 8. And from C and D, only C has a slope 5 over 8 and the B 1 over 2. Therefore, the correct choice is C for question 15. Now, the other method is that you're going to use the calculation method, which is to find the coordinate of the point here. Okay, you're going to find the coordinate. After that, you're going to find the slope and you use the form y equals mx plus b to find the b value and then you write in the equation. But it seems like too long. Maybe you can have that in another video. The next question, question 16. This is a system of equation to solve. Okay, so again, we have many methods we can use here. One of the methods is that take the values one by one, okay, and check. That means what? When they say x equals 3 and the y equals 2 and negative 2 for choice A. Choice A, they say x equals 3, okay, y equals negative 2. Okay, so you're going to replace in the equation. So if you take a 2x plus y equals 6, and you replace x here by 3, so 2 multiplied by 3 plus the y value is negative 2. Can we say that this is 6? No way. So because it doesn't work, okay, I don't need to check for the second equation. And you move to B. Do the same thing for choice B. Same thing for choice C. Same thing for choice D until you get the correct choice. Okay, so now the correct choice here is D. And now let's show you. So if you are checking one by one, you check for A doesn't work, check for B doesn't work, check for C doesn't work, that means D is the correct one. But to make sure D is the correct one, so if I have this equation, so let's take out all of this to explain. It's not the method I like, but I'm using this method just to show you that okay, it's a way you could do that if you don't know how to solve a system of equation. So for choice D, which is the correct choice, okay, x is 2, okay, and the y is also 2. Now let's take equation 1, the first step on top. They say 2x plus y is equal 6. So if I replace x by 2, 2 multiplied by 2, I replace y by 2 plus 2. Can we say that this is equal to 6? So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. Yes, that works. Okay, now for the second equation, they say 3x, so I take a 3 and multiply by the x value. X value again is 2, okay, minus 2 multiplied by the y value. The y value is 2. Can we say that this is 2? Let's check. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. Okay, let's use a different color. And, sorry, 3 multiplied by 2 is 6, right? And the negative 2 multiplied by 2, okay, -4, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So yes, that works. The reason is twice D. Now let's show you how we could use system of equation method without using this to check one by one. Okay, in that case, to solve a system of equation itself, in case it's not a multiple choice, or in case you want to do fast, okay, what we'll do is this. We have two methods, more than two, okay, addition, substitution, graphing. But here, let's use addition method. For that addition method, if you take a 2x plus y is equal to 6, and 3x minus 2y is equal to 2, okay, we'll try to create opposite coefficient for one of the variable. And here, we're going to create opposite coefficient, okay, opposite coefficient for the y variable. So that will help us to eliminate y. So if you eliminate y, now you're going to solve for x. So to create the opposite coefficient, because the coefficient for this y is -2, that means we're going to multiply the first equation by 2. Therefore, the equation changes to what? 2 multiplied by 2x is 4x. 2 multiplied by 2y is 2y is equal to 2 multiplied by 6 is 12. So you multiply the first entire equation by 2 to keep the balance. It's not only y by 2, everything by 2. Okay, now the second equation stays the same. So you have 3x minus 2y is equal to 2. And what's going to happen now? We add, okay, the first equation to the second equation. You're going to have a 7x. If you add this and this, going to cancel out. The reason we create that opposite coefficient to eliminate one variable, and we eliminate the y here. So you have a 7x is equal to 14. Now, if you have a 7x is equal to 14, that means what? To solve for x, we're going to divide both sides by 7, and you get x equal to 2. Yeah. After you solve for x, which is 2, now you go back to the original equation, and you're going to pick one equation there to solve for the y value. Okay, before that, I will pick the first equation. So 2x plus y equals 6. And you're going to replace x by 2 in this equation because we already solved for x. So if you replace x by 2, we're going to have a 2 multiplied by 2 plus y is equal to 6. But you know that 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. So 4 plus y is equal to 6. So what do you think will be the value of y? Because they say 4 plus y equal to 6. So y will be 2 because 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So therefore, to solve for that y, if I want to finish this properly, I take out what I have here. Okay, so sorry about that. Now having 4 plus y is equal to 6. I should start at 4, so start 4, and I get y equals to 2. So they have the two values. So y is 2, x is 2. And again, the correct choice is D. Question 17. This is the equation, right? We need to solve. Okay. We can use quadratic formula like we have it here to solve it. Okay. Let's use a quadratic equation. And after that, we're going to use another method. Okay, so for quadratic equation, we need to figure out what is A, B, and C. Be careful. Be careful. Before you use quadratic equation, a quadratic formula to solve a quadratic equation, because we call this equation here quadratic equation. And then the formula we have here, we call it quadratic formula. So be careful. Before you use quadratic formula, make sure that one side is 0. One side of the equation is 0, which is not the case here. They say 3x squared plus 5x equal to 8. So we need to make one side to 0 before we figure out A, B, and C. Because by mistake, people will think like C is 8, A is 3, B is 5, and the C is 8. No, C is not 8. C will be negative 8. So let's figure out. Okay, here, having 3x squared plus 5x equals 8, we're going to subtract 8 on both sides. Now, the equation becomes 3x squared plus 5x minus 8 is equal to 0. Therefore, A is 3, B is 5, C is negative 8. Very important. Okay, now using the formula, we're going to have x is equal to negative b. Negative b will be negative 5 plus minus square root of b squared, which is 5 squared, minus 4 ac. A is 3 and the c is negative 8. Everything divided by 2a. 2 multiplied by 3. Okay, so here, if you do the calculation, so let's see, you're going to have x is equal to negative 5 plus minus square root of 25, because 5 multiplied by 5 or 5 squared is 25, minus 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by negative 8. So if you do 4 multiplied by 3, you get the 12. And now 12 multiplied by negative 8. So doing that, you're going to get 96. But the thing is this, the negative multiplied by negative will turn to positive. So you're going to have this. So again, let's explain what is going on here. We have a negative 4. Negative 4 multiplied by positive 3 give you negative 12. And that negative 12 multiplied by negative 8 give you positive 96 divided by 6. Okay, now when you have a 96, you add 25. Okay, and you get what? 121. So that means what we have here, if I want to use a different color, I'm going to have negative 5 plus minus square root of 121 divided by 6. 121 is the perfect square because there is a number multiplied by itself give you 121. So square root of 121 is 11 because 121 is 11 multiplied by 11. Therefore, this is same as 5, negative 5 plus minus 11 divided by 6. So this is telling me that you're going to have two solutions. The first one is what? Negative 5 plus 11 divided by 6. And if you do that, that gives you what? 6 divided by 6, which is 1. So this is one of the solutions. We continue. The second one, okay, is that you're going to have a negative 5 minus 11. The reason they said plus minus 11. Plus minus means we need the two solutions where one will be positive of 11 and the other one negative 11. So if you do that, you're going to have a negative 16 divided by 6. But we cannot leave it like that. We need to simplify. And here we can divide negative 16 by 2. That gives you negative 8. And you divide 6 by 2, you get 3. So negative 8 over 3. If you check all of these, the correct choice is B. So positive 1, which is one for the solution, and the other one is negative 8 over 3. Okay, let's continue. Question 18. So, question 18 is to redo question 17 using factoring method or AC method. That means what? Here, again, to find the value of x or to use the AC method, we need to make one side to 0. So the equation will be like we did it the other side, 3x squared plus 5x, okay, minus 8 is equal to 0. So we need to make one side to 0. Okay, now remember we said that A is 3, B is 5, and the C is negative 8. So the AC method here means we're going to multiply A by C, which is to take a 3 multiplied by negative 8, and that gives you what? Negative 24. Okay, now we're going to play a little game. So we're going to find two numbers, right? We multiply the two numbers here to get negative 24. And we added the same two numbers to get the middle term, which is 5. Yeah. So this method, many people don't like it, but if you understand it, it's simple. Now, what are the two numbers we can find to multiply to get negative 25? And the same two numbers you add, you get 5. Here, you're going to be 8 and negative 3. 8 and negative 3. Yeah, we have many possibilities to find two numbers and multiply to get negative 24. But to have the two conditions together, like you multiply get negative 24, you add, you get a 5, you have only one possibility, which is going to be this one here. So now, when you have the two numbers, you're going to rewrite the expression. For that, let me use a different page. Okay, so here, I will try to rewrite my expression. Before, I have a 3x squared plus 5x minus 8 is equal to 0. Double check. Okay, 3x squared plus 5x minus 8. Okay, now, after we find the two numbers, which are what? 8 and negative 3. The two numbers 8 and negative 3. That means I'm going to rewrite this 3x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 8 is equal to 0. Okay, the two numbers we found there, which are 8 and negative 3, we use this as x, and that replaces the 5x here in the middle. You see, because the 5x is represented here by 8x minus 3x. Now we're gonna combine 2 by 2. We take this first two, we take this last two, and we're gonna use a GCF, greatest common factor, to factor out the thing here. What they have in common here, x, parentheses, because we have a 3x squared plus 8x, right? So they have sx in common. What left after we remove x, which is the common factor? You have a 3x plus 8. Okay, other side, what they have in common? Okay, only negative 1. Because we have a negative 3x and negative 8. So it's like a negative 3, negative 1 multiplied by 3x is like a negative 1 multiplied by 8. So the negative 3x is like negative 1 multiplied by 3x. Okay. And the negative 8 is like negative 1 multiplied by 8. But what is very important is that at this step, you must get the same expression in the parentheses. Now, to finish the problem, okay, remember, we are saying equal to 0. So to finish the problem is that we're going to take what they have in common, which is 3x plus 8 at this level. What they have in common, 3x plus 8, okay? And now what left outside the parentheses for each, we have x, we have a negative 1. So x minus 1. And now we have equal to 0. Okay. Now here you split the thing in two parts. You take a 3x plus 8, you set it to 0. You take x minus 1, you set it to 0. And to solve for x, here we subtract 8. We're going to get 3x is equal to negative 8. To get x divided by 3, the reason we have x equals negative 8 over 3. So one solution. The other side, we're going to add the 1, and then we get x equals 1. So the two solutions. So it's just to share with you, these methods, okay? If you practice 2 or 3 times, you'll get it. Question 19, okay, almost done. For question 19, again, feel free to pause the video, challenge yourself, because this is another challenge question, right? So make sure you understand the skill. But right away, I can tell you that question 19, the correct answer here is B. Yeah. Okay. Now, how to solve it? Here is just to combine like terms. 19s, just to combine like terms. We have a this, 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 this. We have 4 terms. But in the 4 terms, what are the like terms? The like terms, we have this one and this one. We have this one and this one. Therefore, if you combine like terms here, okay, like this and this, this and this, it's just to add the coefficients. So 3 plus 3 is 6, and you're gonna keep a squared b. It's like they are saying that, oh, you have a squared b 6 times. You have a squared, sorry, you have a squared b 3 times. You have a squared b 3 times again. In total, how many a squared b you have? 6. The other one, you have AB 4 times. You have AB 5 times. In total, how many ABs you have? 9. That's it. That's it. Simple. Simple. Okay. Question 20, which is the last question for this video. Okay. Scientific notation. A quick review for this. Decimal move left, exponent goes up. Decimal move right, exponent goes down. That means what? When you have a number you want to change it to a scientific notation, like here, we have a 17,882, and you want to change it into scientific notation, you need to move the decimal. But here, we don't see decimal, right? But know that decimal is here. Because if it's term of money, okay, they will say 17,882, okay, 0.00 cents. Yes. So with dollar symbol, depending on the currency you are using. So the decimal is after 2. So we need to move this decimal to left side. And they say that when you move left, it goes up. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4. We move 4. That's why we have 1.7882 multiplied by 10 raised to the 4 power. Understand that for scientific notation, we need the first digit has to be a number, which is not a 0. Okay? And after that first digit, you have the decimal. Now, another example, look at this one. We have the first digit, which is a 0, no good. So this is not yet a decimal scientific notation. So we need to move the decimal to the right side. And this time, how many times? 1, 2. Only 2 times to get that first digit, which is a number which is not 0. So we have a 5.6, but because we move to the right 2 times, it has to be -2. As they say here, move right goes down. Okay, now let's solve the question. So in scientific notation, when you have a T, okay, million, 450,000, and we need this in scientific notation, understand that the decimal is here. Yes, if it's the money, they will say 0.00 cents. Okay, so because the decimal is there, to find that scientific notation, we need to move this decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So that means we're going to stop here. Therefore, we're going to have a 3.45, okay, multiplied by 10 raised to positive 6. Why positive 6? Because we move, okay, left. So it has to be up. Therefore, the correct choice is B. Okay, thank you so much, for your attention. Again, feel free to share the video that will help someone else. So like and subscribe because more videos are coming. Thank you.